Hello, everyone. So today is Wednesday, and our small group lesson today has some of our stuff in our learning kit. So if you want to pause it and we're going to do our letter W sheet again. You could get this exact sheet with our clothespins. And what else are we going to do today? I think that's all that you'll need. The rest of the stuff is just listening and kind of interacting with Miss Michelle. Okay, so we're going to start off. I hope you all are doing well. And those of you that could join us this morning, I had so much fun with you. So we're going to do our Wee Willie Winkie rhyme to start off with, and then do a little bit of a rhyming activity. So I have Wee Willie Winkie here, and I have his stairs. But if you don't. So you can use your hand to be Wee Willie Winkie. So when I say he runs around, you can make your fingers run. And this morning at morning meeting, when I said goes up the stairs, we made our fingers go up, and then down the stairs, we made our fingers go down. And then when we say tapping at the window, we pretend we're knocking on someone's window, and peeking through the lock. Are the children fast asleep? And then we pretended we were asleep because it's 8 o'clock. So do you want to do that with me? And I won't even use my props. I'm just going to use my fingers just like you, okay? And we're listening for those words that have the same ending sound. Remember, like town and gown. And what were the other ones that we found this morning? Clock and lock. Very good. So I want you to be listening for those rhyming words, okay? So get your Wee Willie Winkie ready. Wee Willie Winkie ran through the town, upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown, tapping at the window, peeking through the lock. Are the children fast asleep? Because it's 8 o'clock. Great. Do you want to do it one more time with me? Okay. Wee Willie Winkie ran through the town, upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown, tapping at the window, peeking through the locks. Are the children fast asleep? Because it's 8 o'clock. So he was checking on his friends to make sure that they were sleeping, because you need your sleep in order for your brain and your body to grow. Okay, friends, that was a lot of fun. Let's go right into our name practice for the week. Oh, that was the other thing that you needed that Miss Michelle forgot. If you have your name sheet, go ahead and go get it now. You can pause me, and we're going to practice working on writing our names, or at least writing some letters of our names, or copying over the letters of our names, depending on where you are at your name writing. So remember, this isn't my name, this is my daughter's name. And so she's going to let me borrow, she's so sweet, her name writing activity. So we can either write over top of the name that's already at your name sheet if you need a little additional help. So you can remember, where do we start our letters? At the top. Oh, where do we start our letters? At the top. If you want to start a letter, then you better search your letters at the top. Is this the top, top, top? No, it's the bottom. Is this the top, top, top? No, it's the middle. Is this the top, top, top? Yes, it's the top, top, top. Oh, where do we start our letters? At the top. So I'm going to hold my whatever I'm using to write. I'm going to pinch it with your thumb and your index finger, which are right beside each other. And then I'm going to put my other finger right underneath to support it. And I'm going to start my letter at the top. And maybe I'm just only ready to copy over the letters, but I'm making sure that each letter I'm starting at the top. And that's okay. We can do that. If you already know how to write your name, maybe right underneath it, you can try to copy the letters. But that's what I want you to do. You can either do that right now or right after this meeting is over. So you're either copying over your letters or you're making your own letters. But I do want to see us making those straight lines and those curved lines. Excellent. And we want to be doing that almost every day. Our name is super important to us. It's who we are. And when we can write our name and say what our name is, it means a lot. Which reminds me, have you been practicing with your grown up about your name? If someone asked you what your first name was, could you tell them? My first name's Michelle. If they asked you what your middle name is, could you tell them? Mine is Lee. And if they asked you what your last name is, because we all have 3 names or at least 3 names, mine's is Shetler. So I'd be able to say my name is Michelle Lee Shetler. So if you can't do that, if you're not sure, ask your grown-up to help you and practice that. It's really important to know our names. Okay, we have 2 more things that I want to do today. The first one is our counting activity, and then we're going to end with a story today. So remember, counting is really important. It tells us how many objects are there, and we can count lots of things, and the important thing is to only count each object one time, because like for example, if we were counting these little tools to look in somebody's ear, we don't want to go 1, 2, 3 because this is only one tool. So you got to count slowly to make sure you only count each thing one time. And then when you run out of things, you stop counting. You don't want to go past that. So, and then we're going to be really working on recognizing our numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to start up here. This is a thermometer. And actually, I'm going to bring my little camera down here. Okay, so this is a thermometer. And you might have used a thermometer sometime when you were maybe not feeling so well. They go underneath your tongue or underneath your arm, and it beeps and it tells you what your temperature is. And so again, that's called a thermometer, which reminds me, let's do our syllable practice for thermometer. Syllable hands are ready. And every time we hear a little break in the word, that's a syllable. Ready? Thermometer. Did you count 4? I did. Okay, so let's go ahead and count how many thermometers we have. Let's start at 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's really strange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want to know something silly? There's not even the number 8 anywhere on here. So I can't even mark that because none of those numbers are right. Oh, wow, that's never happened to me before. That's silly. We're just going to go on to the next one. And I see some doctors here, or maybe she's a dentist. No, she's a doctor. She has a little tongue depressor in her hand, and this lady has this thing that looks in your ears to make sure you don't have any monkeys in your ears or any turtles in your ears. Okay, so let's go ahead and there is a number that matches this one. So let's go ahead and count it. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 doctors. Let's double check. I always like to double check. Let's count that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one of these is the number 5? You're right. It's the one in the middle. So I'm going to clip that right there. And I hope that you could see that Miss Michelle, every time she tapped, I said the number, and I didn't go on to the next one till I was done saying the number because I don't want to go 1, 2, 3 if I'm still on 1. So it's just 1, 2, 3. Counting is a slow process to make sure that you get the number real correct, okay? Okay, we have 1 more left. So can you take a guess about how many are there? And let's go ahead and see if we were right, our estimate. Okay, 1, 2, 3. How many objects do we have there? I don't know what they're called. 1, 2, 3. Which one of these numbers says 3? If you've been, maybe some of you know this is number 3. If not, you can ask a grown-up. Excellent. So we're going to stop right there. And you have lots of these. If you find any other ones that don't have the correct number, Just tell your grown-up to put a big X on there. That was really silly. But you know what? Even teachers and grown-ups make mistakes, and that's okay. Um, Mistakes help us learn things. So maybe I'll write to that company and tell them there's a mistake and you should fix it. And I bet you they will. Excellent. Okay, friends, we're going to end this. We're going to end this meeting with a little book. And I saw on the weather that we might be getting snow this weekend, so I decided to pick out this book. So I'm going to look at the front cover. And remember, when we read a book, we read it from the first page to the last page. And on the very front, oh, look at that, I got marker on me. And on the very front, it usually has an illustration, which is that fancy word for picture. And then it has a title. And the picture and the title, they go together to tell us what this book is about. That way, if we were at the library and I looked at this, I might be like, oh, I really want to read this book just by what the picture looks like and what the title is. Or if I'm like, oh, I'm not interested in that, I might go and find another book. So I see this little boy, looks like he's shoveling snow. And I see 1, 2, 3 words in the title, a snow day. So I'm going to go ahead and read that to you. I'm going to share my screen so you can see it a little better. Okay, a snow day. And I do want to read this because I love snow days. A snow day. We always read from the left side of the paper to the right. Yep, there's page 1 right down there. The bus is stuck. It is a snow day. And you might have heard my excitement in my voice. This little mark right here is called an exclamation mark. It means the writer wanted me to make my voice very happy. I'm excited. We dress up for the snow. Look at all those winter clothes. If it snows this weekend, we're going to have to find our winter clothes. We're on page 3. I can make a big igloo in the snow. Have you ever made an igloo? I haven't. I thought you had to make them out of ice, but maybe you could make them out of snow too. Eskimos used to live in these because if you make them just right, you can actually live inside and it keeps it so it's less cold inside than outside. And it keeps the snow off of you. Oh, I know what she's doing. I can make a snow angel in the snow. Have you made a snow angel before? You lay down and you put your arms and your legs and you move them back and forth and it looks like an angel when you're done. We're on page 5. I can feed a little bird in the snow. Oh, I bet you that bird's happy because it's hard for animals to find food in the snow. That was nice of her. We're on page 6. I can drink hot chocolate. This reminds me when I was a little girl and I would go play in the snow. When I would come back in, sometimes my grandfather would make me a cup of hot chocolate to warm up. Okay, friends, I had a lot of fun with you today. And the last thing we were going to do is we were going to write the letter W, and we're just going to do that in the air today. Remember, we've been talking about how the letter W doesn't have any curved lines, only straight lines, but when you make a little bit of a slant, we call that diagonal. That's a really big word, diagonal. So let's go ahead and with our fingers, we start at the top of the letter. Here, I'll do it on my shirt and you can do it in the air. And so we start at the top and we go down, up, down, up, and then we stop. Can you make a W? One more time. Down, up, and then we stop. And not this sheet, sorry guys. This sheet is in your learning kit and you can trace over the W's that are already there, but make sure that we always start at the top. And then there's some lines that you can make your own W's. I would love to see those. If you could have your grown-up take a picture of your W's, make me so happy. I saw on Hills yesterday, and I think I saw Jack's yesterday. So Dave was working on it, but send them. I love seeing them. Okay, friends, let's get our goodbye hands up. Don't mind my marker. I'm going to wash that off. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. And just like at morning meeting, we always give each other big heart hands. Okay, I love you. I'll see you later.